Good morning, I'm your Mayor, John Leech Jr. Welcome to Let's Talk Sholo. This morning I have Parks and Rec Director, I know there's other titles out there, Jay Brimhall, and we're here to talk a little bit about the SCA state contest that's happening May
6th, and then the barbecue comp is on the 7th.
On the 7th.
Yes.
So we're here to kind of just show you some of the things that happen at the contest Friday the 6th, at the SCA contest. It's pretty amazing that guys can travel all over the country with this and compete at high level contests for over $10,000. So it's pretty amazing. Yeah. I guess we should talk a little bit about the history of our throwdown. Okay. I think this is our 10th year.
So it started in 2013 was the first, and we had to not have one in 2020. We had one last year, 2021, but we've been at this for 10 years in one way or another.
Right.
Yeah.
We're so looking forward to everybody coming up and seeing the mountain. You know, people look forward to coming up here.
They do.
You know, it's at Frontier Field. We're having live music on that Saturday. Kids zone, all free. You could buy tickets for taste testing for $2.
Yep.
And don't be afraid to talk to the pit masters. It's, you know, they're not afraid at all to share their secrets. They'll tell you their secrets, their temperatures, their rubs, and then go cook it. Come on out. We'll definitely give you the ins and outs of how to do it. We want you to compete. You know, if you want to, last year we had a guy who's driving through town and seen the contest and whipped in there and says, "What are you guys doing?" We said, "We're having a steak contest." He goes, "Well, how much? I want to do it." So for $150, he went literally to Kmart or Walmart, bought an awning, a grill, spatula, and salt and pepper, and competed.
Well, so he was in a little Porsche Roadster.
Yes,
do you remember that?
Yes, convertible.
And yeah, I was so impressed by just somebody's desire to, you know what, this looks awesome. I don't have anything to do.
Right.
Well, I mean, I may have something to do, but I'm going to compete.
Right.
That's the spirit.
Absolutely. And you know, it's a great entry into maybe you want to do the 4-meat contest next year, because you could do a steak this year, learn the competition part of it, and maybe next year you might want to do the 4-meat. You know, the 4-meat contest.
What are the 4 meats, just for those who don't know? It's
brisket, pork ribs, it's chicken, and pork butts, pork shoulder, or whatever is pork butt in our world. But it's those 4 meats, and you got to cook everything on site. Right. You know, we have turn-in times from noon to 12:30 to 1 to 1:30. So.
One cool thing that we have added this year, Mayor, is we have added the ability for people to pay for those tickets electronically.
Oh, cool.
We got that done.
So that's awesome.
We don't have to take cash anymore. We'll be able to, you know, scan your card. You can buy as many tickets as you want. Mayor said a better time to start requesting tickets is about 1:30. So eat breakfast a little late that morning, or even better, fast. Right. Come and break your fast with a wonderful paleo experience, right? A carnivore experience. About 1:30 we'll start selling tickets, and you'll start seeing those samples come shortly thereafter, we'll say. You know what?
Let's get this thing going so we can burn a steak, and we'll kind of go through that process.
Awesome. We're lucky to be here today when there's no wind or anything. So
yeah, I don't know how that happened.
I think it was meant to be.
Normally at a SCA state contest, we do a ribeye, which is this one right here. The spinalis is right here. This right here is all the judges are going to taste. Now, when they judge it for doneness, they're going to cut it right down through the middle. And what they do is they compare that to a picture, colored picture that shows them, right? You're a judge, so I've never been to the judging class, but I competed enough that I know that they're going to cut it through that. This is all they're going to eat right here. I also brought a New York, and that's just to cook, so we can try it a little later too. A lot of people think that if you put a steak on a grill and you smash it, that all the juices out.
Right.
The reason it doesn't happen is because we're cooking so hot. Soon as that steak hits that grill, man, it's going to sear the bottom of that, and all that juice is going to stay within it. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the grill marks. Can you judge me on the way my grill marks look?
No, you can't. It's an appearance thing.
Sure.
And that's one of the things that they explicitly tell you that you can't judge on.
Right. But I know me turning in a steak, I want it to look beautiful. Sure. I don't know. So like I said, I like 600, 625. We're right about 600 right now. and I don't want my charcoal to go too far away. So I think we're going to go ahead and do this ribeye. So don't forget, spinalis is right here. So I want my 10 because I want to turn it in like this. So that's important to me.
Okay.
That I don't want it over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a preference. So same thing. 10. Usually I would put a weight on this and leave it on there.
Got your timer there.
Got my timer here. Thank you, Jay, for reminding me. I'm a timer guy, of course.
I'm good at checklists. That's about it. and eating. I'm okay at that
and
too.
And eating.
Yeah. Now, do you spray? Did I see you spray before you put that on? I was a little bit...
I do before, and then I usually don't. I should. I sometimes do, depending on how the steak looks. I should spray it when I turn it.
A little more controlled environment.
Right. So when I flip it, I like to spray it again. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you could do at competition. Sometimes I'll put an onion on here,
nice.
Off to the side, just to add some more flavor into. I've seen other people do that. You know, people will maybe drop a piece of cherry on their charcoal. There's a lot of things, and that's what I said when I got here. Is I put some lump oak at the bottom of it to give it a little more oaky flavor. Oaky flavor.
I like it. That's good.
But a lot of people,
new words.
I've seen a lot of people use cherry. They have a wild cherry out there that people will drop in there. So there's a lot of different things. I have burnt onions on there, and because that flavor into the steak is amazing.
Can I ask you a question here? So is this your kind of signature rub?
No, this is all commercial rub that you can buy at Ace Hardware, Cal Ranch. You can buy at Barbecue Island down the valley. You know, I use a lot of Loot and Booty seasonings. Like I said, he's one of our sponsors. I use Hottie Toddy. There's so much stuff out there. You could go, if you've ever been to Barbecue Island down the valley, you could go insane because there's a wall.
Too many options.
Yeah, it's like buying carpet.
So now we answered this question in a meeting, but I think it's important to go over here. Cooking with just salt and pepper. Would you recommend that in a competition setting?
You know what? I'm going to say no.
Okay.
And the reason being, there's rubs out there that are garlic, salt, and pepper.
Yep. That
you could just put on a steak. So it's already made. There's some award-winning rubs out there just for steak, for beef, for chicken. It's just amazing. We did nothing but salt and pepper for years until we got on the barbecue circuit. And then we changed our rubs. Like I said, I have a couple sponsors that helped us go down the highway. Now we use commercial rubs for steak. And these people are award-winning $10,000 steak contest winners, and we use some of their rubs. There's some marinades that I marinate. I didn't marinate these steaks.
Okay.
Competition, I marinate a steak. People use beef consomme to marinate a steak. They use whatever, their own marinade. There's some commercial stuff out there. There's a brisket marinade that people use. So there's so much stuff out there. You've got to try it because...
So it's like find your favorite.
Absolutely.
Right? It's kind of like anything else in life. Get a musician behind the camera here and kind of one here.
Right.
We like to mess with little things. And to me, that's a big thing, but it is a little thing. And so that's neat to hear that's, there are lots of... You can drown yourself in options.
Absolutely. And you know, that's the fun part about it. You know, I can tell you we cocktail our rubs. Okay. And what that means is I don't use one rub. These steaks right here, I have 4 different rubs on. So that's the flavor of that steak. I don't even know what it tastes like.
That's the kind of information we need right there.
So cocktailing rubs, I would tell you to do it. Absolutely. Okay. If you want to use salt and pepper, and then another rub, be really careful because a lot of those rubs have salt in them already. But cocktail your rubs. Don't be afraid to find some at Cal Ranch or Ace Hardware that's a beef rub, and use 2 or 3 different ones until you find you want. Because some of them got parsley, they got like roasted garlic. I mean, it's just amazing some of the ingredients they put in
I'm a big fan of Montreal.
Montreal's awesome.
I love it.
Absolutely awesome. We use Montreal quite a bit. Yep. A lot. You know, we absolutely do. Yep. Well, let's check this ribeye. We're getting there slowly. See, I don't know.
That's a better
close.
Yeah. So remind me of the temperature you're looking for in the middle.
I like about a 132.
32. So we need to come up a little bit.
Sometimes, you know, depending on where I'm temping. So don't forget my spinalis is here. So if I'm temping right here, and it's at 132, but out here is at 140. I'm not too concerned about
Right.
that because I know for a fact they're cutting right here.
Yes.
So see what I mean?
Boom. That's the
We're
money
there.
right there.
So right there, we're there. I know that's going to be done because it's got all the marbling in it.
Okay.
Let's put another
Yeah,
towel
let
down
me
there.
grab that for you.
I don't like putting cooked meat on
aluminum or
on the raw. So we did have our raw steaks in there. So that is an SCA sorta turned in. There might be some trimming I'd do to that, obviously.
so you want to check the doneness there for,
You know,
or
normally
we're gonna let it set. That's right.
You know,
that's
normally
right. Forgot
I would,
about that part.
but you know what? Let's go for it.
I see that it's kind of pooling a little bit with the juices.
Well, that's what we like to see.
Again, it just comes out like the ooze and the ahs
So-
just come out naturally.
So normally, if I would have let that rest probably another 4 minutes, that would cook a little. I think that's a little too
Raw.
too raw. The reason being is, for time's sake, we decided to go ahead and cut it open. But the flavor,
So what will happen is these edges that are a little bit thin in terms of the brownness or the
Right.
doneness, that would come in slightly.
come
It would,
in.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Shrink that red portion.
absolutely. So just a little rarer we want, but this is what we're after. And my knife's dull.
I have a sharp-ish knife, but it's not a Haviland like yours.
So what we're going to do here is now we're going to have everybody have a piece of this
Spinalis.
spinalis, and that is the ribeye. And actually, see, it's cooking as we have
Yeah, it is.
So
Cool.
try that. Yay!
My favorite. Thank you. Oh, goodness.
So,
Wow.
so real quick,
Yeah.
Jay, I do know that we are actually having a judges class. Can you explain a little bit of that at the SAA contest?
Yeah, so prior to the steak competition, around 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday, they're going to be having an official steak judges class, and that's
Right.
going to be put on by the SCA, okay? And it's $60 if you're a member.
Of SCA.
It's $100 if you're not.
Okay.
I took this class last year, and they basically teach you how to judge steaks.
What we just did.
So you're going to get to eat. You're going to have you're going to be a card carrying member
Right.
of the SCA, right? You're going to be an official judge. That means you can go to these competitions that are around the country and you can have a really good time eating really good steak and judging. And they teach you all the criterion that you need to be able to properly judge a steak.
Which is really important. So that's another part of this coming up weekend next month is become a judge. And then
Absolutely.
that kind of teaches you how to cook a steak too as well.
Sure.
It's going to tell you what the judges are looking for. So it's another great intro into the SCA world. So.
Right. So if you have any questions on that, you want to do this class, go ahead and give me a call. I'll kind of walk you through the process. It's very simple. I'll just direct you to a website, you'll register, and off we go. Okay, there'll be probably a class of 10 or 15, hopefully 20 people
Sure.
who are in a similar boat. It's a super relaxed, easy, fun time. The class is extremely interesting, and it's very tasty. It's worth the price of admission by several times.
Thank you guys. This is a little intro into our SCA contest and our 4-meat contest that's coming up in May. Jay?
That's right. It's coming up in May.
Okay.
We have the steak contest on Friday, the 6th of May. Okay. And then the next day is the big event with the 4 meats. That's going to be the BCS.
The BCS contest. Like I said before, throughout this whole show, come out and enjoy. Maybe sign up. They can contact City Hall. They can call you.
Yeah, and call me. My number is 928-532-4014, and we'll get you signed up for the BBQ Throwdown.
Absolutely. Thank you guys very much, Jay. Thank you, brother. Man, what
Appreciate
cooking
you.
it, cooking in the park, right?
Hey, I couldn't spend a better Saturday doing anything else.
Anyway, thank you guys very much. Have a great day and God bless.